Welcome to another episode of Sports Perspective. I'm Hayden Grove.
And I'm Franz Ross. Hayden, we've been on 2 trips to Maryland this season, and both times the Ohio State Buckeyes emerged victorious.
That is correct, Franz. I'm certainly not going to miss those long car rides south of the Mason-Dixon, but nevertheless, as you mentioned, the Buckeyes took on their second Maryland-based opponent this year, and we were able to give you the details from Ohio State's Terrapin takedown. It's been said that Maryland's known for 2 things, crab cakes and football. Well, after their second trip to the old Line State, the Buckeyes are wondering if the latter is true as they trounced the Terrapins by a final score of 52-24.
I've had teams, and I've been a part of them, where on noon kickoffs it looks like it's, got that dullard look, got the bad luck when you're coming out of the locker room, and that wasn't the case. I could tell when they woke up this morning they'd be ready to go.
Saturday's game between the Buckeyes and Terrapins marked the first ever Big Ten contest at Byrd Stadium in College Park, and it was apparent early on that Ohio State was out to ruin the home team's welcome to the conference party. From the opening drive, quarterback J.T. Barrett and the Buckeyes offense were clicking on all cylinders, leading to another big day for the Ohio State quarterback.
But as far as myself and confidence, just trying to get better during the week and not wait till game day to just react to everything. So just trying to get better, know the defense I'm facing on Tuesday and Wednesday, so when it comes Saturday, then I can have that confidence to go out there and play.
When it was all said and done, Barrett delivered an 18 of 23 performance with 267 yards and 4 touchdowns on the day, earning him more praise from head coach Urban Meyer.
A lot of confidence in our quarterback right now in our skill positions. But 19 to 24, no picks, and taking care of the ball, and you ran for, it's a very balanced offense where I'm very involved in the play calling myself and Tom, and there's a lot of opportunities to make plays because you're confident. We weren't that way in that first game.
While Barrett was good, he did get some help from his weapons, like receiver Michael Thomas, who picked up his 5th touchdown of the season on what could be a Play of the Year candidate in the back of the Maryland end zone.
I don't feel like I have too many toys. I'm going to play with all of them, too. So, I don't feel like that. But definitely good people just get it out of my hands, let them do what they do. So that's how I feel about that.
Defensively, the Buckeyes were better than they were a week ago, thanks to a slew of interceptions from the OSU secondary.
We're going to be more aggressive on defense. We're tighter coverage with that. There's somewhat of a risk that we need to continue to work on because there's some isolated man-to-man coverages, but there's also more opportunity to step in front of the ball like we have.
The pivotal pick came just before the end of the half when Joey Bosa rushed Maryland quarterback C.J. Brown into a throw that ended up in the hands of linebacker Darren Lee and set the Buckeyes up for another score just before the half.
I was hoping that he'd hold it a little longer if Joey would have strip sacked him, but threw it right there, made a play. Right when we needed it, they had just stopped our offense, and defense as a whole right there in that play, we knew we needed something.
Eli Apple and Raekwon McMillan also had interceptions, and McMillan's, being the first of his Ohio State career, ended up in the end zone to give the Buckeyes a 52-24 lead.
I had a couple mental errors throughout the game. I wouldn't say it was a breakout game, but I took advantage of the moments. But I gotta still execute better on some of the stuff that I did and help the guys around me better.
While the secondary was good, it was good in large part thanks to the pressure put on the Maryland quarterbacks from the defensive line.
It's a whole team effort. We're getting after them, making them nervous, making them chuck it pretty quick, and we're just making good plays in the secondary.
Joey Bosa continued his 2014 tear, accounting for a sack and 2.5 tackles for loss, while Michael Bennett also put together a 2-sack day for the Buckeyes.
We were actually looking to play the screens a lot. We weren't really focusing on drop-back passing and getting after them, so we wanted to really shut down the screen so they will have to drop back, but luckily they decided to drop back a little bit and we were getting there.
With everything going so well for the Buckeyes amidst this 3-game winning streak, Meyer and the team don't necessarily want to be idle next week and would rather play than to rest.
It's a bye week. I wish we were playing another one next week. Our whole team wishes we were playing.
Whether they desire the bye week or not, that's where the Buckeyes are headed next week as they'll practice and prepare for their October 18th matchup against the Rutgers Scarlet Knights at Ohio Stadium. Until then, for Lantern TV, I'm Hayden Grove.
As the trees begin to change colors and a chill hits the air, the changing seasons mean that very soon the Schottenstein Center will once again be filled with the sounds of squeaking sneakers and bouncing balls. The men's basketball team held their annual media day from the Schottenstein Center last week, and the storylines were abounding as the Buckeyes enter a new season in college basketball. In the moments following the buzzer in Buffalo that ended the Buckeyes' 2014 NCAA tournament run just after one game, it was obvious that they would be a very different team heading into this season. With Aaron Craft vying for a spot on the Golden State Warriors and LaQuinton Ross playing in Italy this season, the Buckeyes will have 5 new faces on the roster, creating a welcomed challenge for head coach Thad Matta.
And we've talked about it collectively. You know, you've got 4 seniors, and then you've added a senior who hasn't been in your program. You know, with 6 new guys coming in, you know, the good thing is I think that we've added guys that are great kids that have good morals, good values in terms of understanding how we want to do things, and that helps the situation and helps guys get along a lot better.
I think it's changed just in the sense that we have new personnel, we have new guys. You know, we don't have the Crafts and the Lenzels and the Qs and the Amadeos, but I think that at our core we'll be a defensive-minded basketball team, just like we've always been. You know, Coach Matta really does a great job of instilling that in us, and we win a lot of games with our defense, and I don't think this year will be any different.
One of those new guys that will debut for the Buckeyes this season is senior forward Anthony Lee, who transferred to Ohio State from Temple for his final year of eligibility. 6'9", 230-pound big man is looking forward to many of the new challenges that come with joining the Buckeyes, and first and foremost being the chance to play some of the best competition in the country on some of the biggest stages in college basketball.
I played in big games before, but I know going into Big Ten play is going to be a whole different level. And because I like that environment, I like that type of atmosphere, it's going to take me to another level because I love playing those environments.
Matta seems to think that Lee will be a big part of the Buckeyes' 2014-2015 season, and said the former Temple standout will improve once he stops overthinking and goes it on the floor to play his game.
In terms of he was over-analyzing everything, he was overthinking things, and slowing him down and just saying, hey, look, man, play basketball. You've got great energy, you've got great bounce, you've got great length, you've got great timing. Use that. We'll put you in the right position to be successful. Don't overthink things, don't overanalyze things. Play basketball.
Everybody here is, is pretty good. They've already been here, so they know what the coach wants from them. But I know if I do what I've been doing with the added work that I've gotten from the strength and conditioning coach, Coach Rich, and just the workouts that we've done, if I add those implements, if I add those parts to my game and to my practices, knowing that I have to compete, I think I'll, be in real good shape when it comes to that time. I'm confident in my ability. I know what I can do. So I think, I'll let that take care of itself.
Unlike Lee, Thompson has been around the Buckeyes for 3 seasons, and while he's looking forward to leading the Buckeyes in his final campaign, he's more interested in bringing pride back to the name on the front of his jersey rather than the name on his back.
Just like any season, we want to do what we want to do for the name across the front of our chest. We take so much pride in representing the Ohio State University, and every game we really want to go out there and play our best.
Amidst the Media Day frenzy, Thad Matta also joked that Ohio State would soon be offering the 10-year-old son of Ohio State's Porter LeBron James a scholarship after seeing the video of him making a one-handed shot after Cavaliers practice. The Buckeyes have begun their own practice for the upcoming season, which will start with an exhibition game on November 9th against Walsh at the Schottenstein Center.
While Franz and I were in the Mid-Atlantic region for Ohio State's battle with the Terrapins, plenty of Ohio State teams were in action elsewhere, and a few came away with some big upsets over the weekend. On Friday, the men's soccer team took on the number 17 ranked Michigan State Spartans from Jesse Owens Memorial Stadium and notched a tight 3-2 victory in front of the home crowd for their 4th win of the year. In a tournament Saturday in Lincoln, hosted by the University of Nebraska, the Ohio State women's volleyball team staged a comeback victory over the number 8 Cornhuskers in 5 sets. Down 3 points in the tie-breaking set, the Buckeyes rattled out 5 straight points to take the victory over the host team. Finally, on Sunday, the women's field hockey team took to Charlottesville, Virginia to face the number 3 ranked Virginia Cavaliers. Down late in the contest, the Buckeyes stormed back to send things into overtime when senior Emma Royce found the back of the net to shock the home crowd with a 4-3 upset victory on the road.
Those teams and plenty more will look to keep the good times going this upcoming weekend, as it's another jam-packed schedule for Ohio State athletics. On Friday, softball hosts Kent State for a doubleheader starting at 6 p.m. Field hockey heads to Piscataway, New Jersey to take on the Rutgers Scarlet Knights at 1 p.m. and the men's hockey team officially starts their season with a 7 p.m. matchup with Providence from the Schottenstein Center. On Saturday, women's soccer hosts the Maryland Terrapins for a contest starting at 7 p.m. Women's volleyball looks to continue their winning ways against the Northwestern Wildcats at home at 6:30, and men's hockey once again takes on Providence from the Schottenstein Center at 7. And on Sunday, men's soccer hosts the Indiana Hoosiers for a 2 p.m. matinee. The field hockey team hosts Kent State in Columbus for a 1 p.m. game, and the women's ice hockey ventures to Madison, Wisconsin for a 2:07 matchup with the Badgers.
Some big-time matchups again for the Buckeyes this weekend. We'll see if they can't mirror their efforts from last weekend with all the upsets. But nevertheless, before we go, you were at Men's Basketball Media Day. What do you think the Buckeyes are going to do this season? Are we going to see another early round exit in the NCAA tournament?
You know, that's 6 months away, so I don't want to comment on that yet. But I'm really excited to see what this new Buckeye team could do. There's a lot of fresh faces: D'Angelo Russell, Jason Tate, Anthony Lee. So I kind of want to see how this new basketball team looks, you know, with the departures of Q and Aaron Kraft and Lenzel Smith. So I just can't wait for November to see how they look against Walsh.
It'll definitely be a different team, but as the season starts, be sure to stick with us here at the Lantern TV for all of your Ohio State men's basketball coverage. That's going to do it for this episode of Sports Perspective. Be sure to tune in again next week as the Buckeyes return from the bye week looking to prepare for their battle with Rutgers. Until then, for Franz Ross, Aaron Yerian, and the entire crew here at Lantern TV, I'm Hayden Grove.